And we are live. Welcome, everybody to Waffle Board Breaks. How's everybody doing? We're down to the nitty gritty 26 boxes with 27 jerseys. We have a double box in that most recent reload. Getting everything ready. I got the jerseys. I think everything on in house will be part of the reload. I don't think I'm gonna wait for any of the stuff I have on the way still. I'll save that for the next reload. But it's gonna be a nice batch. I got some preview pictures. I will throw up the collages like I usually do. I'll probably throw them up maybe even tonight when I'm getting the rest of the break stuff ready to roll. Obviously, we have the double box on Sundays, our last double box before the reload. And then we have next Tuesday and Thursday, the last two boxes before the reload goes in. Of course, the reload spots will start on Tuesday. Of course, I want to get the collages up as soon as I can. And then, of course, the pictures of all the jerseys going into the reload will be up on the Facebook page for your viewing pleasure, probably by the end of the weekend. Maybe I'll do it Saturday or so. Obviously, the Tuesday's bids will be for those jerseys as well as whatever is left from these 26 on the table. Of course, we're going to hit one tonight, then we're going to go two on Sunday, and then two more on next week, Tuesday and Thursday. So get us down to 21. It looks like I'm going to add in 20 new jerseys, but 19 boxes. So it'll get us up to a nice round 40 for next Sunday, which will be the first of the reload, which is good because that'll give me a couple of weeks of keeping the spot prices pretty cheap across the board for you guys, which is helpful for you and me. Like I said, it's I try to just balance out the spot prices so they're kind of the same, and having the extra box in there would help me. And the odds aren't terrible, but like I said, 19 new boxes with 20 jerseys. One of them will be a double as well. So as of right now, we have a double jersey box in there, and of course, one new one that will come in. But we'll see if we hit that in the next 5. Of course, we'll only have one double box left. But like I said, I'm happy with what's in. It looks like they've been able to grab some good stuff over the last couple weeks, which is good. I mean, I can always push them and save them, but getting them down here to 21 has been tough on me. So a couple more boxes gives me some little more breathing room. I could always do something with a box. Either double up at 90 for seeing how crazy we are getting close to the season. But like I said, there's I would like to say nothing's going on, but camps have opened up. I'm seeing tidbits. I know Flyers camp is around the corner, and I've heard the rookies were looking pretty good out there. Of course, Kirill Kaprizov, who I actually love, turned down the largest contract extension in NHL history. It was in term as well as years or dollars, I think. It would have been the largest average per year contract and the largest total contract. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not going to say he's better than McDavid. I mean, he may be more valuable to Minnesota as their cornerstone. Obviously, he's right at the point of his career. We should have 5, 6, 7 monster years. He's been great. Obviously, he was a hurt thing a little last year, but he is an absolute electrifying talent. I know we don't get to watch a lot of him on the East Coast. He's kind of in that central zone. Obviously the East Coast games are hardcore going on when they start, and then they're getting near the end. Once the West Coast games start, usually switch to them. Obviously, I like to catch the Kings and Edmonton and Calgary and Vancouver, and Seattle's now in there with the Kraken, and Vegas is out there, and they obviously have a cup. And you forget, San Jose's been building prospects and Ducks as well, and you forget all about the kind of the middle teams, especially us East Coasters. Of course, I mean the Chicago and Detroit are legendary franchises, but everything kind of Dallas, I don't really tune in, I guess, enough of, but they've been an absolute monster franchise for this decade. Obviously, Colorado's got a cup win. I try to catch them. So usually, if I have a choice between Colorado and catching Minnesota, usually I go with Colorado. Of course, I'm Winnipeg. I like watching them, so that's another one that bumps Minnesota down for me. But like I said, they have some good fantastic young talent on the team, and they're building the right way. I've been a fan of the past franchises. I've loved Marion Gaborik and now Hall of Famer, and some of those players that we've seen come east after a stint with Minnesota has always been nice. But like I said, they are probably a franchise that probably watched the least of. I mean, not intentionally, but just because of where they're situated. And and so many other options. But like I said, I like watching Kaprizov when I have a chance to watch him. He is an amazing talent. He's the Siberian sniper because that's where he's from, in the Siberian area of Russia. But that's what he is. It's a Siberian sniper to me. But he's been an amazing player. And it's they want to get him signed, and that's big money. Obviously, McDavid is a free agent at the end of next year, or the end of this year, I think. So it's they're talking about him getting an extension, and I don't know what Edmonton's got to do to get him in. I mean, it's like I said, these general managers get paid for the way they juggle the rosters. It's going to be tougher not being able to hide, injured players come playoff time for the cap rules. But that's general managers just to get better at what they're doing. I mean, that's really all you can say. I mean, like I was saying last time, Vegas, Tampa, Chicago, and Florida have used that cap loophole to keep their teams in top-notch form and add players towards the deadline, and they use it to win cups. So it's if your general manager is good at what they're doing, they use the loopholes. But if that one's going away, it's going to be tougher. Obviously, you're going to have to come trade deadline. You're not going to see as much the big money players go for the prospects, which I guess that kind of hurts the lesser teams because they're looking to trade for draft capital, and it's kind of got to be juggling dollars or dollars for dollars trade back, which is not in the best interest of both parties involved with these deadline deals. But we'll see. Like I said, it's the business end of hockey is important to pay attention to. But us junkies, we just care what's on the ice. So we leave the dollar juggling and the accounting elements, to the people that are paid the big bucks to do that, and they do earn those big bucks. So as long as the product is great on the ice, we're not as concerned about how it got there. But it will take a lot more finagling, some sleight of hand, magic tricks, and finding the next loophole. So, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, no sleight of hand here, no loopholes. The boxes all have the spots you guys are bidding on eBay and claiming on Facebook. So there's been no mix-ups or slip-ups or omissions of my end. I'm pretty good with my my accounting and my record keeping, and as of right now we have 3 single box runs left, so I know what's in those oldest 3 boxes. You guys should too, since everything's kind of in order. And then we have 3 boxes from the early June reload. So I mean that's absolutely crazy. We only have 3 boxes on the table from prior to June, which is amazing. 1 March and one May, and one is it no, that's 1 March, 1 May, and 1 early June. So I guess that's how it works, right? And that's how we're looking at. I know we only have 3, so March, May, and June, and July and August. Yes, so that'd be it. There's a March, a May, an early June, and 3 late June. So there, and then we have the middle 9 are from July, and the right and left are from the 11 from August. So, like I said, it's I keep pretty good records of what's getting hit and who's hit what. And speaking of which, right now, Big Al is a freight train. He's been absolutely on fire. A lot of his older targets have been hitting, which is crazy, but he's hit some new targets. So it's not like he's only been hitting old boxes. It's like he's hit stuff from the reload. He's hit some of his old targets. I mean, he's whittled it down. Like I said, he doesn't have any of the oldest 3 spots, but he has one from the late June reload, those 3. So he usually has one in there. So, but like I said, these are ready to be hit. We'll see what the randomizer does and who it shines on. But as of right now, it seems to be shining on Big Al very well. Speaking of which, we have, I think, 10 different people in tonight with 27 spots with 26 boxes. There's nobody that really controlled the board. Dale closed us, so he has more spots than anybody, but that's just so that he just decided to close us out. But we have one spotter, couple two spotters, three, two spotters, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, three spotters, and then Dale with the he's got 5, I think, or 4 or 5. So he was the one that closes out. But yeah, he grabbed the one before he even closes. So he got those last 5 that are sitting there, but everybody else is between 2 and 3, except Mike H is our one spotter tonight. So we'll see. We'll see who the randomizer shines on. Like I said, I'm rooting for or against all of you. I've been in your shoes, each of you, many times, exactly why this is. I was even saying to Dale, I said he doesn't have any of the 3 old spots, but he has spots in the last 3 reloads, and that's kind of the way I used to do it back when I was grabbing them over at Ray's with cover 2 Black Label. I always like to have a spot in each of those bigger reloads. That way I feel I'm live when the randomizer gets ready. But like I said, I can't control the randomizer. But like I said, I mean, I feel personally, I just feel more comfortable myself. It's kind of like when you play roulette, you do the columns, or you play odds and evens, or you play the colors. I mean, it's if you're in a roulette mindset, you basically looking to have as many possible options when that ball is spinning. So that's what you're doing here. I mean, obviously your odds go down if you bet black and red. Of course, both the 2 greens throw you off whack. So the 2 greens hit, you lose your money, even though you think you're gonna 50-50 shot. You don't. It's just under that, and that matters. So, like I said, but we'll see. Like I said, it's. I'm always comfortable when I have at least a spot in each of the reloads. Of course, the single ones don't matter. They're unto themselves, the people in the single spot runs. Looking like Jason R, Ty, and Anthony have spots in the single runs, but everybody else is live no matter what hits. If you have a spot in those reloads, you are live. So there are 9 in the August reload and 11 spots with 12 boxes, I think. No, is that 11, 3, 6, 9, 12. So 12 spots, 11 boxes in the last reload. So yeah, 26 total boxes. So that's it. Like I said, feeling good. Obviously, the Jays managed to take the rubber game, the 3rd match of their big series with Houston. After blowing it in the 9th yesterday, they could have swept if they could have closed it down yesterday after the comeback to tie it. But getting the 3rd game was huge. Puts the pressure on Boston. The Yankees are up big today, so they probably will maintain the lead over them and actually add a game, or half game at least, over Boston. So, like I said, it's a tight race. We're down to 16 games I think left, and big 3-game series coming with Baltimore. Then you got 3 on the road against Tampa. No, 4 on the road against Tampa, 3 on the road against Kansas City. And then they play the last 6 at home against Boston and Tampa. So I don't know who you're rooting for, whatever it is you're rooting for as a Jays fan. This is exciting to see them playing for as many wins as they've had in recent years. I think they had 92 or 93 a couple years ago when they got bounced out. But it's been as many wins as they've had, obviously, since the World Series years, which is forever ago. So, like over 30 years. Some of us I don't even remember or weren't alive. But the Jays obviously are looking to make some noise. They do have some flaws. Their bullpen's been leaking oil, but Gosman stepped up as the ace and had the complete game shutout 2-hitter tonight. So he's proven that he's ready for the playoff ball to be given to him. And like I said, we'll see how they close out the season. I mean, it's gonna be tough. I mean, Boston or New York gets crazy hot. I mean, they basically play Boston still. They're done with the Yankees. But we'll see. Like I said, they have some tough games. There's no easies here out. Obviously, Baltimore's as hot as anybody right now. They've won, I think, 9 of 11 games. So this 3-game series is huge at home. And then you go on the road with 4 in Tampa, who would love to play spoiler. 3 in Kansas City, who has ripped the heart out of Toronto in past years. And then you go, of course, you got the 3 against Boston at home and the 3 against Tampa to end it. So it's not going to be easy. But like I said, as hockey is here, camps have started, rookie camps. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with Kaprizov. They probably won't sign McDavid before the season starts, but like I said, it's in the news. I'm happy to see hockey in the news. Like I said, we're now at the point when everything is colliding with the pro football is here for us. College football is here. There's basketball out there somewhere, but right now hockey is in the training camp mode, and we're getting close to the real deal. So let's see what comes out tonight. Like I said, there's a good 5 boxes before the reload goes in, and I'm getting that ready for you guys. I'm sure you'll be quite happy, and I expect to throw the collages up tonight. So check that out on Facebook later tonight, tomorrow when you have time. Make sure you get your bids in for Sunday, because I don't want anybody to miss when you're down to 25 and 24 boxes on Sunday. This is the time to hit. It's the time to chase your targets and win your spots and hit big. Like I said, we get down to 25 and 24. You're not going to find better odds for fully stated, licensed auto jerseys pretty much anywhere. So, I mean, if you find it better, tell me about it, because I would like to go there and join their breaks. Said, I'm more than happy to get a chance to get into the breaks, because I don't have many opportunities. Big Al, make sure you visit him. He's doing Monday and Wednesday with the East Coast boxes. They're fun. It reminds me, I do have Hit Parade box coming, I believe, tomorrow. So, maybe Saturday, but probably tomorrow. So that'll be possibly going up for this week. I'll see how I feel. I don't have to throw too much at you guys, but I know this week's going to be fun with the last 2 boxes before the reload. So I don't know if we're going to wait till next week. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it this week. We'll see how I'm feeling. I got lots of work to do. I still got to build boxes. I got to get ready for the reload, but I do have everything in house right now that I have slated for the reload. I'm not waiting on anything to list it. So kind of like I do have, 3, 4, 5 jerseys actually on the way, but I think I can push them to the next reload, which is probably best for everybody. So, but let's get going. Let's get going tonight. 26 boxes, 27 total spots. There's a ton of you guys in here with the break, whether you're watching it live now or watching it tape delay. Enjoy, and let's get going. Where's my randomizer? My dice roller, my randomizer. There we go. Okay. Let's get going. There we go. 5 or more, as always, with our dice roll, decide how many times we're going to random our boxes. Here they are, still in order, as always. The oldest 3, 53, 81, 99, single box runs. The late June 23, 24, and 32. Then 36 through 48 is the July reload, and the August reload is the 50 through 65. 66 was hit. The new boxes, I'm doing 19 with a double in there, will be 67 through 86, which actually just got hit recently. So, but that was the last, I think that was, I can't remember, it was an 86. Oh, that was 90. I can't remember what 86 was. But 86 is gone. 81 is the only box that looks like I have to skip as of right now, unless that hits in the next 4 boxes. So we'll see. Good luck, everybody. See what comes out. Do monsters, whether it's going to old target, whether it's going to be a new guy. Let's see what we got. See, we got 10 times the list. Here we go. 10 times, everybody. Good luck to all of you. Let's see what we got. 10 times. 1, 26 boxes, 27 spots. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the box we're going to open up tonight is going to be box number 58. 58. There it is. 26 boxes, 10 times. Box 58. Oh, boy. Okay. Let me see. There's box 58. 58. 58 was from the last reload. 58, a new box. We're down to 10. 26 boxes. 10 times. Box 58. 58 is over there on the right side. Okay. Here we go. Okay, box 58. 58 it is. 58 all the way around. Where's my list? So I can be there with you guys. Okay, box 58. Let me see. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, pretty good crap for this one. Here we go. Box 58. See what you're going to do to us. Box 58. I said I have zero idea what's in these last two reloads. So there we go. This doesn't feel like the double. So that's the only thing I can tell you when I pick it up. See what we got though. Box 58 is going to be. This is a pretty jersey. Didn't get a lot of love, but there it is. Keandre Miller, now a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. This is the reverse retro 2.0 silver paint pen Fanatics COA. Absolutely beautiful jersey. So the style, I like Keandre. I think he's going to do okay down in Carolina. And this is absolute beautiful. There it is. Such a beautiful silver ink paint pen. Keandre Miller. Got the Ranger patches on the sleeves. But on the front, we got Lady Liberty. There she is. Such a beautiful crest. Absolutely beautiful. Even on the Fanatics, such a real nice jersey. Keandre Miller, obviously a good young defenseman for the Rangers, and that was traded down to Carolina. They are one of the best teams in the East. We'll see. He's going to be counted on to be a key member of the Blue Line. But there we go. Rangers come out to play. Former Ranger, if it is. Keandre Miller, number 79. Very nice reverse retro 2.0. And that goes tonight to Adam R. stepping up. He waffled on that last couple breaks, or last break, I think I was talking to him. And then boom, he grabs him tonight and he hits him. Keandre Miller. I told him he was loving that jersey as well. It's such a beautiful jersey. You know, I saw that, a chance to grab that. I said, let me get that in there. I said, people obviously were bailing on him because he's no longer a Ranger, but those jerseys are just such beautiful jerseys. Lady Liberty, reverse retro 2.0 Fanatics. Congratulations, Keandre Miller going to Adam R. Very nice. Sorry, of course, for everybody that did not hit, but that is such a beautiful jersey. Very nice. Going to somebody that I'm sure will appreciate. He's been talking about that last couple breaks. So there we go. Keandre Miller going to Adam R. Very nice. Sorry, of course, for everybody that did not hit, but make sure you're getting your bids in for Sunday. 25 and 24 box odds. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, we can't see what comes out. Obviously, the Big Al freight train was slightly derailed, but we'll maybe see if he's able to get back into the swing of things on Sunday. All you guys have every chance to bid against each other and take down your spots. I can't wait to see what comes out Sunday. And then, of course, we'll be back here next Tuesday and Thursday for the last two boxes before the reload. So we'll get the collages up, the preview collages, so you guys can check them out. I have your new targets, salivate over the ones you want to hit. But other than that, like I said, 4 more boxes to go. This Sunday's double, and then next Tuesday and Thursday. But that's an absolute beautiful Keandre Miller. I was happy to come out. That was one I wanted to show off. Such a beautiful Lady Liberty crest. You know, I wish I had. I don't have one. I don't even have a Lady Liberty crest jersey in my PC. So I'm not sure what I'll have to grab. But, I mean, you don't see them very often, so it's always nice. I was able to grab one for you guys. So congratulations again. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is off until Sunday with you guys, so we'll see then. I'll be doing some internal work, getting ready for the reload, but until then, I will see you guys on Sunday. Very good. Enjoy the rest of the week. Take care, guys. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is out.